St. Louis Cardinals baseball here on Let's Talk Sports. It is game one of a three-game weekend set here at Busch. The Cardinals getting set to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Corbin Burnes dominated on the mound as of late. He gets to start today alongside Sonny Gray for the Redbirds. Ivan Herrera shined in the series against Detroit. Arizona in their last 6 games, 6 runs a game. They're averaging 10 home runs hit and 286 average. Their starting pitching has also been pretty solid. 2.31 ERA, 46.2 innings pitched, 31 strikeouts. The Cardinals bullpen in their last 5 games, 13.1 innings pitched, 0.68 ERA, which is great. Diamondbacks 5-1 in their last 6 games. The Cardinals won their last 6 games, or won their last 5 games. They hope to extend another winning streak. Lineups and first pitch coming up here in St. Louis. The Cardinals and the Diamondbacks. Next on Let's Talk Sports. Here's Sonny Gray on the mound for the Redbirds. Capital A, capital C, capital E of this pitching staff. 10 games started, 5-2 record, 2.23 ERA, 64.2 innings pitched, 1.10 WHIP, and 64 strikeouts. Here's Jake McCarthy leading off for the Diamondbacks here this evening. Yeah, the first pitch is sinker, called strike one, and we're underway. Cardinals 41-9 heading into this game. Heading into this series against the Diamondbacks. Arizona is in 3rd place in the NL West. They are, I believe, 28-22. I believe is their record, 28-22. Yep, Jake McCarthy leading off. He's hitting 287. Here comes the 1-1. That is hit foul, and the count is 1-2. Beautiful crowd here at Busch. There's a sweeper taken for ball 2. I know what you're thinking. Josh, why aren't you wearing the City Connect jerseys that the Cardinals have? Because I just think the white jerseys look better. Diamondbacks wearing their 1998 throwback jerseys or alternate uniforms. It's a black with the black jersey, Arizona Diamondbacks logo. It's kind of like the black jersey that they have now, except for it's purple and teal. And a lot better looking. There's a grounder to win. And that is out number 1. Here's the Diamondbacks lineup for you. Set up by Torey Lovullo. Jake McCarthy leads off in center. Batting second at short is Perdomo. Hitting third at second is Ketel Marte. Eugenio Suarez hits cleanup at third. Josh Naylor bats fifth at first. Lourdes Gurriel bats sixth and left. Corbin Carroll is in the 7 hole. He's in right. Adrian Del Castillo bats 8th. He's the catcher. And batting 9th and left is Pavin Smith. Take a look at the defense in this one for the Cardinals. Wilson Contreras is at first. Duran's at second. Third base, Arenado. Shortstop, Mason Wynn. In the outfield from left to right, Brendan Donovan's in left. Center field's Lars Nootbaar. Alec Burleson's in right. And Herrera is doing the catching. Here's Perdomo, hitting 232. For those of you who might have watched our Sunday night simulation game of the week series, you guys already know we already did a Diamondbacks game. Diamondbacks and Dodgers a couple weeks ago.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Had the Diamondbacks wearing their 2001 jerseys, just because I think those are just a lot better than the red and black. There's a swing and a drive to right field. Burleson is going to give it some chase. He tracks it down. That's out number 2. And that'll bring in Ketel Marte, hitting 267. 808 OPS, 8 home runs on the year, 32 runs batted in. Been with the Diamondbacks for quite a while. Came up with the Mariners in 2015, and then was traded over to the Diamondbacks not too long afterwards, and, well, he's been there since. There's a fastball taken, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ketel Marte, he can play pretty much anywhere. He plays mainly second base, and he can even play center field for you. That one's fouled off, and the count is 1-2. Game 1 of a 3-game weekend set. St. Louis and Arizona. That is hit foul. The count is 1-2. I know I could have waited and done this to do this game tomorrow. Tomorrow, which is Friday, and the Diamondbacks and Cardinals do play each other this weekend, but I actually have plans tomorrow, so that's why we're doing the stream today, and I haven't really done a video or stream in quite a while. Count is 2-2 to Marte. It's also been a while since we've seen Sonny Gray take the mound. Seems like whenever we do a stream, it's either Eric Fetty or Palante. We see Jose Barrios, Michael McGreevy a whole lot. The last two starts, we saw Quinn Matthews. Or the last two games was Quinn Matthews making his debut versus the Royals and then playing at home for the first time against Detroit. Count is full. There's a line caught by Arenado. He takes away a base hit. And the Cardinals are coming to bat. Let's see what they do against Corbin Burnes. And there's Corbin Burnes, new year, new uniform. After spending a little bit with the Orioles. 10 starts, 2-4. In Arizona, he has a 5.17 ERA this year. That ERA will either go up or go down after his Friday night start versus the Cardinals. I know I'm doing this on a Thursday, but it's a Friday in the game. Lars Nootbaar leads off for the Cardinals. He's hitting .285. Cardinals have dealt with Corbin Burnes quite a bit throughout over the last few years. Of course, Corbin Burnes started off his career in Milwaukee with the Brewers. So Corbin Burnes has quite a track record against the Cardinals. Here's the 1-1. There's a curveball. Drop for ball 2. Here comes the 2-1. There's a circle change. Strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's a strikeout for Corbin Burnes. Nootbaar strikes out. Here's Ezekiel Duran. Came over from the Rangers in a trade. There's a cutter taking 1 ball, 1 strike. Was traded for a couple prospects. I saw that he was on the trade block for the Rangers. I thought, you know what? He could be a pretty solid, utility guy. If Nolan Gorman, who's down in AAA right now, if Gorman continues to struggle, maybe we could give Duran some more playing time at second. He could be the starting second baseman. And as of right now, Duran is the starting second baseman. He also plays a little bit of outfield and shortstop and pretty much the left side of the infield. That's fouled off on the slider, 2-2. Corbin Burnes, kind of known for his slider. Ever since his days in Milwaukee, there's a cutter hit into right field. Corbin Carroll tracks it down. That is out number 2. I don't think we've done the Cardinal lineup yet. Here it is right now. Lars leads off at center. Then Duran bats second at second. Herrera hits third. He's the catcher. Jaywalk hits cleanup. He's a DH. Then Burleson, Arenado, Contreras, Mason Wynn, and then Brendan Donovan batting ninth and left. Here's Herrera hitting .329. Already in the second to last week of May. That is crazy. Seems like yesterday was the first week of April. There's a cutter taking 1 ball, no strikes. Cardinals will have a little road trip coming up against Corbin Burnes' former team, the Orioles. And then going to Arlington to play the Texas Rangers. Slider, 1 ball, 1 strike. Got the yellow gloves on. Strike 2.
1 and 2's the count.
I think Pedro Pages has yellow batting gloves also. 1-2. Circle change, struck him out looking. A scoreless first inning for both Sonny Gray and Corbin Burns. We go to the second, no score here at Busch. Eugenio Suarez leads off for Arizona here in the top of inning number 2. He is hitting .332 on the year. Check swing, and the umpire says strike 1. Suarez 1 for 16 lifetime against Sonny Gray. That's hit foul, and it's 0-2. Feel like that graphic doesn't really, mean much. Whenever they say a batter is like 1 for 12 against the pitcher on MLB The Show. Because that can change very quickly. Sinker struck him out. I mean, I guess it does matter, but at the same time, I guess not really. Never mind. Sonny Gray picks up a strikeout to lead off the inning. Here's Josh Naylor. That's hit hard to Contreras at first. Contreras taking over back at first base, while Luke and Baker, who the Cardinals were hoping to get more playing time, will be on the injured list for 10 days. Had a little minor injury. But Contreras has been playing first base for most of the season, so him and Alec Burleson's been playing first base too. So I don't really think you guys will really notice. There's a swing and a drive to left. Land in his glove. He's going to watch it land in his glove to make the catch for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of inning number 2 here at Busch. No score. Game 1 of a 3-game weekend set between the Cardinals and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona Diamondbacks been around since 1998. They are celebrating their 25th anniversary this year.
1 ball, no strikes.
Can you believe that? I think this is their 25th. No, I think their 25th was 2023, right? Yeah, it was 2023. So I guess this year's their 27th year in existence, alongside the Tampa Bay Rays. Both were brand new expansion teams in 1998. The Diamondbacks, after having a really bad inaugural season, 1999, they changed it, they turned it around, they brought in Randy Johnson, Jordan Walker hit by a pitch, and so the Cardinals will have their first guy reach first base. Here's Burleson in the number 5 spot, hitting .275 on the year. But yeah, 99, Diamondbacks made a lot of changes, brought in some guy named Randy Johnson. They make the playoffs for the first time in 99, beat the Mets in the division series, lose to... Actually, no, they lost to the Mets, sorry. And then the Mets lost to the Braves in the NLCS that year. But then 2000, Diamondbacks failed to make the playoffs. They fire Buck Showalter as their manager. They bring in former Fox color commentator
1 and 2.
Bob Brenly. Bob Brenly, who is the third wheel for Joe Buck and Tim McCarver, as Burleson strikes out, and in the World Series and everything. And then Bob Brenly won a World Series in 2001, beating the Cardinals in the division series. Then they beat Atlanta in the NLCS, and then took down the Yankees in the World Series. They made the playoffs one more time in 2002. Arenado strikes out. Jordan Walker has a stolen base. First stolen base of the year for Walker. Oh, never mind. I didn't know Arenado struck out. Sorry, Arenado did not strike out. He just swung on a really bad pitch. 2-1's the count. But yeah, they made the playoffs again in 2002. And then 2007, 2011, 2017, and 2023. Those are all the Diamondbacks playoff appearances since 2001. Here comes the 2-2 to Arenado.
Count is full.
Count is full on a curveball, and Contreras is coming up. Arenado swings, hits it foul. Arenado was a part of one of those Diamondbacks playoff games in 2017. The wild card game, Diamondbacks and Rockies. It's considered to be one of the best playoff games of all time, or one of the best wild card games of all time. And Corbin Burns draws a walk, putting runners at first and second for St. Louis. Here's Contreras. .269 batting average.
That's a ball.
He has the funny number, 839 OPS, 27 RBIs, and 11 home runs. For the three-time All-Star first baseman / catcher. I was thinking about putting Contreras behind the plate in this game, but we'll see. Double play ball one, and they got them both. The Diamondbacks set up the Cardinals with no problem getting that double play. We go to the third inning. No score.
Leading off for the Diamondbacks, right fielder.
The Diamondbacks have Corbin Carroll leading off the top of the third inning, hitting .254. He is in the 7 hole in the Arizona lineup today. And there's a base hit into right field. Diamondbacks have their first hit. And of course it belongs to Corbin Carroll. That'll bring in Adrian Del Castillo, hitting .243. There's a fastball taken, strike one. Nothing in one, the count. Strike two.
No ball. 2 strikes.
There's a strikeout. Number 2 of the day for Sonny Gray. And now it's Pavin Smith's turn, hitting .314, 5 RBIs. He must not be playing in a whole lot of games. Strike two. Now the 0-2. Pavin takes a curveball. 1-2 is the count. Runner at first for Arizona, 1 out. Hopefully everybody's having a good weekend, having a good Thursday. I sure had a good day. Went on a little walk. Leftover pizza for lunch. Leftover chili for dinner. And then I'll be hanging out with a buddy tomorrow, so that's why we're streaming today. and we will not be streaming tomorrow. If I do stream tomorrow, it'll be like afternoon time, but I highly doubt it. 2-2 to Pavin Smith is fouled off. We got a couple people in the chat. What's up? How you doing? See, my friend and I we're going bowling tomorrow. Runner's going, throw down by Herrera, and Carroll is in with a stolen base. I'll admit I am kind of streaky when it comes to bowling. Like, I'm the type of guy that will throw a strike, grounder to third, 2 outs. That will have a strike, and then we'll have and then the next 2 turns would be like a couple gutter balls. Like, I am not the most consistent when it comes to bowling. Then again, I haven't really, I used to bowl a lot when I was a kid. And then just recently I started picking up bowling again. Fly ball to left. Donovan makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the third. Diamondbacks have a runner. We go to the bottom of the third.
Leading off.
No score. Mason Wynn leads off. Mason Wynn hitting .227.
That's low. That's a ball.
And then it'll be Brendan Donovan and then Lars Newbar due up afterwards. But yeah, shout-outs to Old Orchard Lane in Champaign, Illinois. It's a pretty cool bowling alley. That's what I meant to say. There's also a little mini golf course right next to it. I'm more of a mini golf type of guy. I don't mind golfing, or not golfing, bowling, but mini golf is my specialty. Base hit into left field. Mason Wynn is on with a double. That is actually the first hit for the Cardinals. Regular golf is fun, and 2, I guess, but here's Brendan Donovan hitting .197. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. He should probably be on the bench right now, but nope, we're keeping him in the lineup. I don't know why. We have 2 other outfielders on the bench who probably deserve more playing time than he does. But it's whatever. Strike 2 from Corbin Burns. So yep, that's what I'll be doing tomorrow at Old Orchard Lanes in Champaign, doing some bowling. We probably would have done mini golf, but I played mini golf last week, so I guess we're doing bowling this week. 1-2. There's a little chopper to Marte at second. That is out number 1. Mason Wynn moves to third. So the Cardinals have a runner 90 feet away from home. Here's Newbar hitting .282. He's 0 for 1 like most of this Cardinal lineup. Pretty much the entire Cardinal lineup outside of Mason Wynn and Jordan Walker. Here's the 0-1. Into left field, that's going to get down. Wynn scores from third, 1-0 St. Louis. A ground rule double for Newbar puts the Cardinals on the board. Does a little one hop into left field. So the Cardinals with a 1-0 lead. Here is Ezekiel Duran. There's a grounder to Perdomo.
That's it.
Nice throw to first, 2 away. 2 outs. Here is Herrera. He was hit by a pitch. Nobody struck out his last time up. There's a cutter, 1-0. Herrera hits it foul. The count is 1-1. Oh, Jordan Walker was hit by a pitch. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, Jordan Walker was hit by a pitch. Arenado walked. And then, of course, Mason Wynn. And Donovan or Newbar are the only other guys to get on base. Base hit to left field. They're going to send him to the plate. It's 2-0. Herrera with an RBI single. Right in front of the left fielder. Nice effort, though, from the left fielder trying to get the throw home. Just not. He was not on time with the throw, however.
No, that's down.
And so the Cardinals will have their second run of the evening. 2-0 Redbirds. Here's Jordan Walker. Hit by a pitch his last time up, as we mentioned earlier. That's it, foul, and the count is evened up 1-1. It was hit by a pitch and then stole second, getting his first stolen base of the season. Fouled off, and it's 1-2. We've been streaming now for 26 minutes. Cutter fouled off. It's 1-2. Should have gotten the graphic ready for this game. Don't know why I didn't. Probably gonna use the old Diamondbacks logo. Actually have one on Canva. That's what I use to make all my thumbnails. Let's do that. And a strikeout to Jordan Walker. Ends the third inning. We go to the fourth. 2 runs come in to score. On a single, on a double hit by Newbar, then a single hit by Ivan Herrera. 2-0 Cardinals as we go to the fourth inning. Sonny Gray back on the mound. Been in the league for quite a while. There's a strike. 0-2. Probably might do a college football video tomorrow.
Outside, that's a ball.
Not too sure yet. 1-2 counts, fouled off. I was at Walmart the other day, and I was thinking about buying 2K, $8.25. It was on sale for like $20. Grounded a second. One away. Should I get 2K and play it on this channel? I think it'd be pretty fun to play 2K. Try and give that a try. If I play 2K, it'd only be like one game. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Should we play 2K on this channel or just stick to MLB The Show and Madden and college football? Marte hits a foul. The count is 1-2. Or maybe I should get both 2K and then get NHL for here also. There's a pop-up. In shallow left, Mason Wynn makes the catch. And that is out number 2. Here in the top of the fifth. Or top of the fourth, excuse me. Here's a Eugenio Suarez. There's a strike, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Chopper to Arenado, one third baseman. Grounds out to the other. Going to the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Cardinals. Anybody watch the Pacers-Knicks game yesterday? Man, that was such a good game. Absolutely loved it. Pacers came back, won in overtime. Game 2 of their series is tomorrow. Maybe while I'm at the bowling alley with my friend tomorrow, they'll have the game on. And the background, I can maybe sneak off and find somewhere to watch the Pacers game. Timberwolves and Thunder currently going on. Thunder won the first game. They're leading game 2 tonight, 23-18 is the score. But going back to the Pacers and Knicks game, if I can find it. 138-135 was the final score. Neesmith and Halliburton both had 30-point games. Karl Anthony Towns, he went off for the Knicks in their game. 35 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. And then, of course, Jalen Brunson, who's been an absolute beast since he's been with the Knicks. Of course, was their best player. 1-2 is the count to Burleson. I remember, a little bit in high school, I would try and follow, certain teams and, certain players. There was this player on the Knicks, I forget his name, but it was in, 2018. The Knicks were, this was when the Knicks were, really bad. Again, I forget his name. Alec Burleson is going to hit one foul. And the count is 1-2. Corbin Burns back on the hill. For big ol' AZ. Here's a 1-2 to Burleson. There's a chopper to third. One away. Now bring in Arenado. Walked his last time up. Hitting .311 on the year. 10 home runs. I think he's one of 2 guys that has 10-plus home runs on the team so far. The other guy is Wilson Contreras. Jordan Walker, I think he's 1 home run away from 10 on the year, so maybe he'll get it in this game.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
That'll miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
Circle change taken. 1-2. Should have put quick counts on for this game. Swing and a miss on a slider way outside the zone. 2 outs here is Wilson Contreras. He's got 11 home runs on the year. I was playing MLB The Show 13 earlier. I was, I forget what I was doing. I was doing a franchise on there because why not? And I was playing against, I think it was the Blue Jays. Tigers and Blue Jays was the game. Contreras swings, hits a high fly ball, left center field. Back at the wall is McCarthy. He's going to track it down. And we go to the 5th inning. 2-0 St. Louis is the score. Here's both starting pitchers at the end of the first 4 innings. Corbin Burns, 2 runs allowed, 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Sonny Gray's allowed 1 hit, and he has 2 strikeouts on the day. Josh Naylor up next for Arizona here in the top of the 5th inning. One and one, the count to Josh Naylor. One of the newest additions to the Diamondbacks. Fouled off 1-2.
Foul ball.
That is fouled off, and the count is 1-2.
Foul ball.
Fouled again. I should mention, if anybody out there is interested in doing fantasy football this year or this coming NFL season, I do have a couple of fantasy football leagues that I'm doing on ESPN.
Count is full.
I'll put a link in the chat in case if anybody is interested in playing some fantasy football this year. It's on ESPN. There's the link right there. Grounder to Contreras.
Got it.
That is out. Number 2, or out number 1.
Left fielder.
Top of inning number 5. Here's Gurriel. So yeah, in case if anybody's interested in playing fantasy football this year, there is a link in the description where you can join the league. It's a 12-man league. Of course, I'm in it, so I just need 11 other people to join, so that way we can have a full league. Just think it'd be kind of fun to do, because why not? Thinking about doing it like have it like a tradition on this channel
That's a ball.
where we have a fantasy football league. 2-2 is the count. And then of course I'll do like another league and stuff like that. There's a strikeout to Gurriel. That is number 3 for number 54, Sonny Gray. I'll bring in Corbin Carroll. He has the 1 hit in this game for Arizona.
Ball.
And then, of course, he stole second. That's a very Corbin Carroll thing to do.
Ball.
There's a fastball, 2-0.
Heck.
There's a strike, 2-1. And the count is foul, 2-2. Or count is even, 2-2, sorry.
Foul.
Fouled off, 2-2.
Full count. That's foul.
That is fouled off by Carroll. And the count is still 2-2. We got a few people in the chat. What's up? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. If anybody is new here, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment. On the road to 500 subscribers. And Carroll's gone on strikes as we go to the bottom of the inning. 2-0 Redbirds is the score. So yeah, anybody interested in playing fantasy football, I know it's early, but if anybody wants to join the link in the description, it's the Fantasy Football League on ESPN. Let's Talk Sports. It's a snake draft.
That's a ball. 1-0.
Should be pretty fun. Because why not?
That's a ball. 2-0.
I'm also doing a women's fantasy league because why not? A women's basketball fantasy league. And then I'm in a couple baseball leagues. Count is 3-0 to Mason Wynn. Connor taking 3-1.
3-1. That's ball four.
And Mason Wynn, who doubled, he doubled his last time up. He
Left fielder.
walks his second time up. Here's Brendan Donovan. There's a swing and a catch made by Carroll for out number 1.
Now batting. Center fielder. Lars Newbar.
Here's Newtbar, 0 for 1 for 2. RBI double.
One ball, no strikes. No
2-0.
ball.
To Newtbar. 1 for 2 in this game.
Good work.
2-1. Two.
Hey.
Strike 3.
Now batting. Second baseman. Ezekiel Duran.
That'll bring in Ezekiel Duran.
Hey.
Strike 1.
Nope, ball. Ball.
2-1.
2-1.
Ball gets away from the catcher, and Wynn goes down to second, no problem. That'll be a wild pitch for anybody keeping score. 3-1's the count. Grounder to Marte. End of 5 here at Busch. 2-0 Cardinals.
Leading off for the Diamondbacks.
Adrian Del Castillo leads off for Arizona here in the top of the 6th inning. I don't know why I paused. I was going to check to see if the Cardinals had anybody warming up in their bullpen or not. Looks like they do. Base hit into center. Hit number 2 for the D-backs. Top of inning number 6. That brings in Pavin Smith.
Ball. That's
There's a sweeper. Taken for ball number 1.
it.
1-1 is the count. Dialed off 1-2. Strike 3 to Pavin Smith. That is strikeout number 5 for Sonny Gray. One out here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's Jake McCarthy, 0 for 2. And that is off the glove of Wynn. Could have been a double play opportunity. Unfortunately, it is bobbled. The double play chances are gone. And they'll bring in Perdomo. I mean, they could still get a double play, but would have been cool if they had that double play to end the inning. But 0-1's the count to Perdomo. 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out in this game. Here's the 0-1. Rip foul, 0-2. The 0-2 on its way.
Ball.
Fastball, ball 1.
2.
Two outs.
Now batting, second baseman, Raquel Marte.
Two outs here is the one and only Ketel Marte.
That missed. That's a ball.
Ball 1 to Marte. Strike 1. Here comes the 1-1. Grounder to Arenado. And we're out of the top of the inning. Herrera, Walker, and Burleson due up for the Cardinals when we return. Tyler Rogers next up out of the bullpen.
Number 71, Tyler Rogers.
Tyler Rogers with a 3.52 ERA, 23 innings pitched, and how many games has he been in? 24 games. Looks like he came over in a trade. He'll be a free agent this year, 34 years old. Ball 1 or strike 1 to Herrera. That kind of looked like a ball to me, but I guess not. Nothing in 1's the count.
Ball outside.
1-1 as the slider was outside. Grounder to first. Rogers racing to the bag, covering for the out.
Now batting, the designated
That is out number 1.
Jordan Walker.
One out. Here is Jordan Walker.
That's a ball.
That is taken for ball 1. Walker, 38 RBIs on the year, 9 home runs, hitting .251. There's a slider, 1-1's the count.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Been watching a lot of old school Simpsons lately. I'm on season 5 of The Simpsons. Been trying to rewatch the entire show. So far, I'm on season 5 of The Simpsons. Excuse me. 2-2 is the count. Been also watching How I Met Your Mother with Neil Patrick Harris and Jason Segel. Grounder to short. 2 away. I know this is probably one of the more boring streams, but
Up next for the Cardinals,
I'm trying.
right fielder,
Trying to be entertaining. I'm not the most entertaining guy in the world.
That's a ball.
But yeah, I've been rewatching How I Met Your Mother. Never really watched it as a kid. I was more of a Big Bang Theory type of kid. I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of How I Met Your Mother growing up, but now that I'm kind of older, I've been watching the show, and it's pretty solid.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Really, really funny show. 2-1's the count to Burleson. That is hit to Perdomo. 6 full innings here in St. Louis. 2-0 Cardinals.
now pitching for the Cardinals,
Diamondbacks went to their bullpen. Cardinals going to their bullpen. Zach Jackson
Zach Jackson.
will face the middle of the Arizona lineup.
Ball,
There's a
that's it.
fastball, 1-0. Can't remember what season I'm on, though, for How I Met Your Mother. I think I'm on season 3. Let's see, I'm on season 5 for The Simpsons. Yeah, I'm on season 3. Season 3 of How I Met Your Mother. And then season 5 of The Simpsons. 1-2 is the count to Suarez. See, I watched The Simpsons this morning, so I might watch How I Met Your Mother tonight before bed. 2-2 is the count to Suarez. That's off the glove of Arenado. And the Cardinals are 8 defensive outs away from winning this game. Now bring in Josh Naylor hitting a .183, 0 for 2.
That's one. 0-1.
JoJo Romero, Phil Maton both warming up in the Redbird bullpen. I'm assuming one of them will come in for the 8th. And then Helsley will pitch the 9th.
2 strikes.
Here's the 0-2 to Naylor.
1 ball, 2
Circle
strikes.
change, taken, ball, number 1. 1-2 to Naylor. There's a slider taken, 2-2. There's a fly ball to deep left. Donovan tracks it down. That is out number 2.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, left fielder, Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
That bring in Gurriel to the plate. Like most of the Diamondback lineup, he is hitless. Base hit into right. Well, he was hitless until now. Now he's got himself a hit. Cardinals going back to their bullpen. And they're going to probably bring in JoJo Romero. Yes, they will.
Number 59.
3.42 ERA. He will face Corbin Carroll, who has 65 contact versus lefties and 60 power versus lefties.
That's in. Ball.
Inside for ball one. Out to left. Time to stretch. Here at Busch. Cardinals lead this one 2-0.
Pitching for Arizona,
Ryan Thompson next up out of the Arizona bullpen.
Ryan Thompson.
It's the bottom of the 7th inning. Cardinals franchise continues. Game one of a 3-game set with the Diamondbacks. Arenado hits it out to left field. It is gone. 3-0 Cardinals. Arenado with his 11th of the season. Great way to start off the inning. Hammered out to left field, 397 feet, 102.8 on the exit velocity. 3-0 Redbirds is the score. Here's Contreras. He hits one out to right. Carroll will make the catch. No home run, but the Diamondbacks will take the fly out.
Now batting, the shortstop, Mason Wynn.
Hee-haw!
And now it's Mason Wynn, 1 out, bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Redbirds. There's a base hit into left field.
Now batting, left fielder, Brendan.
And now it's Brendan Donovan's turn. He is hitless here today. There's a slider. 1-0 is the count. Count is 1-2. Donovan fouls off the sinker.
Ball.
There's one taken for ball 2. 2-2's the count. Outside, and Donovan fouled it off.
Hee-haw!
And slider called strike 3.
Now batting, center fielder, Lars Newbar.
Now bring in Newbar.
No.
Pick off throw to first. Win goes back safely.
Nope. Ball.
That is taken 1-0. Newbar fouls it off 1-1. For those of you just tuning in, 3-0 Cardinals. Bottom of the 7th inning.
2-1.
2-1's the count.
2-2's the count.
Two and two, and Newbar has a full count. For the runner at first, 2 outs. Thompson gets out of the inning, back-to-back strikeouts. And we go to the 8th. 3-0 Cardinals. Jojo Romero staying in the game. I was going to play the rest of the game, that way we can get out of here quicker, but nah, we'll just simulate the rest of the game. 34,244 people in attendance. In this lovely ball game.
Ball outside.
Three and one's the count. Sinker is taken for ball 4. Yeah, I think we're just going to play the rest of the game.
That's a ball.
Here's Pavin Smith 0 for 2. First pitch misses for a ball. Trying to get him to either strike out or hit into a double play. Instead, he hits a little chopper into right field. Mason Wynn or Durand was playing a little bit farther, they would have been able to catch that. Or if the outfield was more shallow. Take a look at that again. Don't know why the outfield was kind of deep. That was just a little duck snort. So 2-1. Nobody out for Arizona. Should stop throwing them super low. Let's go with something up high. Fouls it off, 0-2. Can I get him to strike out? No, but I get him to pop up to Herrera.
Now batting, shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo.
That'll bring in Perdomo. There's a slider, strike 2. Sinker struck him out.
Now batting,
2-1, 2 out for Arizona. Here is Ketel Marte. Imagine if he just ties it up on a home run. Strike 2. Fly ball to left. Donovan makes a catch. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Cards lead 3-0. Joe Mantiply will face Duran. I'm going to quick manage. Grounder. Base hit for Herrera. All right, we got to get a home run with Jordan Walker. Would love to try and see if he can get 10 home runs on the year. Fouled off the first pitch. Yeah, it was a little early on that, huh? Well, it was good contact. Oh, I did it again. Walker 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch in this game. Come on. Fastball in the left. Get out of here. Gone. 5-0 Cardinals. Jordan Walker with his 10th home run of the year. All right. Quick sum the rest. Helsley is coming in for the 9th, even though it's not a save opportunity. Still bringing him in just because why not? Try and close things out. I mean, he is the closer for a reason. See, we still got 3 people watching. 3 people watching. We need 3 more outs, and we have ourselves a Cardinal winner. And then after that, we will be heading to Baltimore for a 3-game trip with the Orioles. 0-2. There's a strikeout. 2 outs away. Here is Josh Naylor. Anybody just tuning in, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, join the Fantasy Football League on ESPN that we are doing, the Let's Talk Sports Fantasy Football League. I know it's early, but trying to fill people in, or trying to get it filled out so that way we can start. Here's a 1-2. There's one hit down the line. It's going to be a 1-2 count. 0 for 3 is Naylor. It's a little chopper to Contreras. Is Helsley going to beat this out? He will. Helsley hustles to the first base bag. 1 out away. Here's Gurriel. 1 for 3. Strike 1.
0-1.
Grounder to Duran. Throw to first in time. Cardinals win. A 5-0 winner here against the Diamondbacks. Sonny Gray, 6 scoreless innings. A couple home runs hit by Arenado and Jordan Walker. And that's all we got for you here today on Let's Talk Sports. I'm your man Josh Wright signing off. Hopefully everybody has a good Thursday. Have a great rest of your night.